What's going on, Mutha Truckers? Welcome to Mutha Trucker News. Email us at muthatruckernews@gmail.com. Always appreciate everyone for just rocking with us and watching us on all podcast forums. Now, here's the thing. We got to get into that title right away. The big one right now is good old Jesus Chuy Garcia, congressman out in Illinois, is back at it again. Back in 2021, he tried to up the minimum insurance requirement for truck drivers from $750,000 to $2 million, and people were very unhappy. Guess what? He's back in 2024, and he wants to up it again, but to a whopping $5 million minimum insurance for truck drivers. It is craziness, right? He says he has to up it because of inflation. He says congressional lawmakers are once at it again. And here's the thing right here, Chuy, you're saying that this is not an attack on truck drivers, but I'm letting you know that it is. You don't have the experience to understand what owner-operators and truck drivers have to go through, but freight rates are very low. Fuel is going down a little bit. People say it's because of election year, but the big one is insurance is crazy high. How much more insurance will rise if everyone has to have a minimum of $5 million insurance? Only the big mega carriers can survive this. My bias from this is that it is not going to be good for truck drivers. This is what he says right here exactly. Quote unquote, this is not an attack on truckers, but rather about supporting families who have lost their loved ones. Now, I understand that, and my prayers always and my heart always go to people affected by these things, but a minimum of a $5 million insurance for truck drivers to carry, that's absolutely ludicrous. Mutha Truckers, comment down below, but that's what your lawmakers are trying to do. Now, the other day, we thought that California on the I-5 had the worst pileup so far of the year, which just started at 35 vehicles. But no, it looks like New Mexico takes up the ranks. It says fatal 43 vehicle pileup on I-40 in New Mexico, blamed on bad weather and driver inattention. Ooh, look at this image right here, man. This is crazy to look at. Look at all these trucks. It says New Mexico State Police have provided new details on fatal 43 vehicle pileup on I-40 that occurred during winter weather conditions earlier this week. Man, that is crazy. According to an NMSP report released on Thursday, the pileup occurred on I-40 around mile marker 291 east of Santa Rosa just before 10 a.m. on January 8th. Now, the initial investigation indicated that the semi-truck trailer driven by a 21-year-old from Indianapolis, Indiana, was traveling west on Interstate 40 when, for reasons still under investigation, it rear-ended a passenger van driven by David James McGraw, 71, and occupied by his 70-year-old passenger, NMSP said. Following this initial crash, a chain reaction pileup occurred, ultimately involving a total of 43 vehicles. Video and images captured at the scene show that many of them vehicles were commercial vehicles. It says that McGraw did not survive. So definitely rest in peace. Troopers say that severity of the injuries to the passenger is unclear. The 21-year-old truck driver involved in the initial crash was not injured. Man, craziness, a lot of ice out here. But they're blaming it on the truck driver right away, is what the investigation said. And they didn't give a final count, but it looks like, yeah, majority from the image does look like semi-trucks. Is crazy. So this is a extremely scary situation right here. CHP shows this. This was a Swift driver sliding all the way down Donner Summit on the I-80. And CHP is actually saying that the driver did a good job on this. His tires were locked up. His brakes were locked up and pretty much slid all the way down. Check out this video right here. But CHP actually says, good driving. Quote unquote, the brake lines on this big rig froze up, causing it to lock up, but we were able to get the driver to a safe location. Props to the big rig driver for his driving skills, CHP said. Hey, Swift, you did something good. You got down safely. So good steering on you. Good steering. Mutha Truckers, comment down below. But yeah, that's your Mutha Trucker news for today.